Alright, so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys which gems, specifically 1 stars, are good, great, amazing, and trash. So after watching this, you should kind of have a general idea of which gems you should want to build, which ones you should avoid, and you can kind of clean up your build, make yourself do a little bit more damage. So I'm going to break it up into 4 groups. As you can see, we got PvP, Hybrid, PvE, and Trash. Now, as you'll see, some of these 1 stars are better than 2 stars, even some of them are better than 5 stars. But be advised, that's only true below a certain resonance level. So maybe around 6k to 7k. So if you're below that, try out some of these gems. Especially with the new system, you can try out more gems, just dormanting things, get all this extra gem power. These 1-star gems are pretty cheap, so you can easily make a rank 10, rank 8, rank 7. So if you want to whale out, just stick to 5 stars. But for the majority of people, you're going to want to have a mix of everything. Alright, the first gem, Berserker's Eye. So this is going to increase all damage you deal, which is very good. But it's also going to increase damage you take by 5%, which isn't much when you're in PvE, but in PvP, it could make you a lot more squishy, especially depending on how much armor or HP you have, how much resonance you have total. So this one is a very good hybrid gem. It's going to be better in PvE though. Next gem is Carson's Invigoration. So this gem is going to increase your primary attack speed and your damage slightly. It's another very good all-around gem, and this would work for both PvE and PvP. Chain Death. So this one will have the most success in PvE, but there is some use for it in PvP. There are better gems, which I'll show you, but this one does increase all damage based on how many targets you are currently engaging. It's harder to get the full effect in PvP, not that you can't, but in PvE, it'll be much easier and anywhere except when you're fighting solo bosses. Some bosses will have like minions that come next to them, and that'll help you reach the full damage. So this one is a hybrid gem. Next is Defiant Soul. So this one looks kind of nice, but it hinges on you blocking an attack. Most people have 0%, maybe less than 5% based on some reforges, some magic attributes. So it's going to be kind of hard to proc this gem. That's kind of what makes it trash. You could use some other gems that I'll go over that increase your block chance, but then you'd have to use both of these. You're kind of losing out on quite a bit of damage, potentially, from even some of these other 1-star gems. Now onto Everlasting Torment. This is the #1 best 1-star gem, no competition. This will add lots of damage to your attacks every time you crit. Then it'll apply a dot, which is a damage over time, then also increase your attack speed. I recommend anybody to try to substitute this out for one of their gems, even a 5-star. I've started using this. I dropped from about 4400 reso to about 3800 reso, and I do more damage using this gem and Pain Clasp. So if you do have a Pain Clasp with it, you will be doing crazy damage. So Everlasting Torment is going to be the top hybrid gem. Now Freedom and Devotion, it's a nice gem only if you're using summons. So it does stack with Echoing Shade, so those summons will last a little bit longer. And also with Follower's Burden to kind of help you have that full damage boost for longer. So this is going to be best for PvE. There are some summon builds for like DH or Necro, but they hinge on too many different things. They're not really too effective in PvP. The DH one, I've seen some players do very, very well on it. You have to really try it out. But overall, I would just recommend this gem for PvE specifically. Now, moving on to Mocking Laughter. Trash gem all around. Doesn't provide any real bonuses. Usually you want enemies to come closer to you so you can damage them. And this one doesn't even work on players. It's only non-boss monsters. So this one is trash. Now, onto Nightmare Wraith. Kind of the same deal as Mocking Laughter. It's a little bit better, and you can kind of get this to proc in PvP, potentially. It is only a 10% chance at rank 4 and rank 6 to cause enemies to flee around someone that you kill. So, it could help, but I wouldn't say it's the best. But nonetheless, it is a PvP gem. Now, Pain of Subjugation. So if you're a wizard, this gem will work wonders for you. It's super easy to get loss of control onto enemies. That includes slows and other debuffs, which are easy to apply from any class. You can get it from your runes, from your reforge bonuses, or from some of your skills. Thus, this almost makes it a straight increase in damage all around the board because of how easy it is to get these loss of control effects onto enemies. I would use this gem unless I had another gem that provided a larger bonus, which I do. But if you don't, then this one will be good for you all around. PvE and PvP. Respite Stone. Strictly a PvP gem, while not the best, it'll help you be a bit tankier by decreasing overall damage taken based on your missing health, and also increasing your block chance slightly. So it is really just for PvP. You could use this with Defiant Soul, but like I said, now you're kind of just wasting 2 spots almost, where you can get some better bonuses, but nonetheless, this is a PvP gem. Now, Seled's Awakening. This is a purely PvE gem because you get the bonus after killing elite monsters. If you don't have many other options than this, the gem is honestly not going to be that bad. You get a small bonus to damaging elite monsters, but also after you kill one, for 60 seconds, you get a lot of increased damage. 10% at rank 4, 12.5% at rank 6. So that's what makes this gem good for PvE, even though there are better options, but this one's not bad. But also keep in mind, in raids, you won't really be able to get the bonuses from this, so keep that in mind. Now, Black Rose. So this gem is going to have some benefit in PvP because you can effectively stun every single person that's attacking you. While that's a low chance, it still is possible. So you could use it in PvP. In PvE, you don't really get much benefit from stunning monsters. There's nothing that's that scary that you can stun. You can't stun bosses. So it's really just going to be strictly for PvP. Now, Trickshot Gem. This has benefits in both PvE and PvP, especially for DH or wizards. You know, if you don't have all awakened slots, then the bonuses from this gem are going to help you a lot. You know, if you don't have the cooldown reduction on some of your skills, some of those channeled skills, this will help those last longer, which will increase your overall damage output. So this gem is both useful in PvP and PvE. Now, Zod Stone increases your ultimate duration. You know, it sounds good for some classes, but you still have to charge up your ultimate or hope for a charge orb, and this only makes it useful sometimes, which makes it trash, because a lot of the other gems are useful at all points. That you can always get some damage off of them or some sort of benefit. This is hinging on making sure you have your ultimate ability. And for that, I'm putting it in the trash. Now, Blessed Pebble. Everyone, and I mean everyone, should be using this gem until you have beneficial effectoration on all of your gear and on your reforges. The best way to drastically increase your damage output is to have 100% uptime on all your skills and your buffs. In addition to the beneficial effectoration, this is also going to make you faster, which is going to help in dungeons specifically. So this one is good for both PvE and PvP. Now, Heartstone. So this is going to boost the duration of your shields. And that sounds good, but let's say for PvP specifically, this is only going to give you a boost if your shield isn't taken down by an enemy, which is kind of hard to achieve that before the duration ends. So you still get half of the effect of the gem, which is a little bit of a reduction in the duration of loss of control. So it's not bad, but it's not the best. And just for that last part, you know, it is a decent, I guess, PvP gem. I would prefer to pick others, but if you have it, it's not going to be too bad. Now, Lowe's Focused Gaze. So this gem isn't going to have much effect on most classes. Wizard, you know, you can use this. There are a lot of charge skills that you're using, but at the same time, you're probably going to be using the slow time essence on your helm, which is going to immediately throw out all of your charge skills at full charge. So you really only get to utilize half the gem, which is just a little bit of an increased damage, which you can get from other gems like Pain of Subjugation, because this is only going to help you on your charge skills, but not on anything else. So that one's trash. Now, Exigent Echo, a PvP focused gem. You know, this will make you a little bit tankier if that's what you're going for. I mean, stacking this with other tank gems can work well, but there are better options. So this is a PvP gem, but don't strive for it. Now, I have the Unyielding. This is a nice hybrid gem for both PvE and PvP because it'll increase your continual damage done, which includes all dots, all damage over times, which are bleeds, poison, burn, etc. So it is good for both of these. On to Unrefined Passage. In all honesty, a reduction in damage you take while moving is not that great. There are only a few classes that can really make use of this. Tempest, DH kind of, and a lot of times you will end up just stopping, or you get stunned and you stop there, or you're snared, or something of the sort. So it honestly doesn't provide much bonus to you. I think this is a trash gem. I wouldn't recommend it. As well as it only is giving you a 1% chance to be immune to a slow at rank 4 and a 2% at rank 6. So, you know, it's not really doing much for you. So now we got Misery Elixir, which is good in both PvE and PvP, but more useful in PvP. This will increase the duration of your bleeds, your slows, your poisons, and other dots, as well as give you a small boost to the damage you deal to enemies under these effects. So it is honestly more useful in PvP than it is PvE, but you can use it in both. Now, Lucent Watcher. This gem can be very good in PvP, especially if your resistances are low and you're always being stunned. You know, you want to be a barb that's always on idle, but you're stuck in all these CC from wizards and other barbs and everything else. So as you rank it up, honestly, the effect gets pretty big. At rank 6, it's 16% reduction. And in addition to that, you're also taking a little bit less damage in these loss of controls. So it is a good PvP gem. I'd recommend using it, honestly, if you're trying to go for a PvP build, but just understand that it is purely defensive. Alright, now we got Entropic Well. Entropic Well is a very good gem all around. The boost in skill damage will make a huge difference on most classes, if not all of them. And since it's a 1-star gem, you can very easily rank this up. So as you get it up, rank 4 is a 10% increase in skill damage. Rank 6 is 12, and this is 100% of the time. So there's no downtime on this gem. It is always giving you that bonus, which makes it very good for both PvE and PvP. And then lastly, we have the newest gem, Havoc Bearer. It is honestly basically a discount Gloob Guide set in a single gem. If your build has dash skills, then this is really going to boost your damage output. As well as the small boost in attack speed, this makes it a very nice gem in both PvP and PvE. Alright, so there's all of the 1-star gems. This should hopefully give you a little bit more of an understanding of where you can use these gems, what's going to give you damage, you know, what's not going to be helping you out at all. And like I said, I would recommend everybody use a Blessed Pebble until you have 100% uptime on all your skills. As well with that, if you want to try and do more damage, throw in an Everlasting Torment. Try it out. Throw a Pain Clasp in there too. I've since switched to using these gems, and my damage output is higher than it was when I was using all 5 stars with more resonance. So as you can see, I am using a rank 8 Pain Clasp and a rank 10 Everlasting Torment. I'm down to 3,800 resonance, down from 4,400 around about, and look at this damage. So as you can see, comparing it to my damage per second on the dummy with the 5-star gems, it's almost the same, if not a little bit more, and I can still upgrade this Pain Clasp more. This is only rank 8. So this will go up to 24%, which is definitely going to push me up a lot higher. And now, with all these gems, these are giving me bonuses at all times, 100% of the time. So in a dungeon, I'm doing more damage overall because every single monster I hit is taking effects from these 2 gems. Whereas before I was using Starfire and Maw, those are only taking effect for 6 seconds every 20 seconds. But now I can, at all times, use these 2 gems. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll try to get back to every question that's asked. And if you want to see something else, also let me know. I'm also putting out a video on 2-star gems and 5-star gems in this same format. So look out for that in the description. Maybe there'll be a card on the screen. Peace.